Welcome back to another day in the life video. It is a glorious morning here. It's the weekend of Mother's Day. So it's the Saturday here today, Mother's Day tomorrow on the 11th of May. It also happens to be World Bonsai Day today, which also falls on my birthday, which is pretty cool. We're hopefully got a lot of people coming through the nursery today, buying gifts and just visiting the nice gardens on this nice autumn day. The weather's been strangely dry and warm for this late in autumn, which is interesting for the plants. Some of the leaves are still hanging on a lot of the deciduous trees. A lot of the conifers are still getting a little bit of growth out of them as well. So it's a little bit of a strange time in terms of weather, but I think the garden's looking pretty good. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of a walk around the garden, show you some of the larger garden trees that are changing colour at the moment too. So it's all looking pretty good around here. So I'll take you for a little walk through. We'll set up the camera in the shop as people come through. I've got a few things to do, a bit of pine work on some of my pines and a few other things. I'll take you through the dwarf spruce that I was working on in the last day in the life video too. That's coming along really nicely. Got some wire on there, thinned all of that out quite a bit, so that's looking pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with the progress on that tree too. So we're just going to deal with a lot of the public today. It's normally pretty busy here on the weekend, so being Mother's Day, there's going to be lots of people coming into the Seasons restaurant here as well. So I expect it to be pretty busy, so we'll see. Hopefully it is, and hopefully some people buy some bonsai. So we have a couple of large, very old, I guess, heritage trees here in the gardens. I think I've shown you guys before, but it's a 120-year-old Asakazuki Japanese maple, imported from the Yokohama nursery in Japan, around 120 years ago. It's actually been really slow to change color this year, I think because of the weather, but all of the inner growth is really starting to turn red. So I'll show you that. We also have the big tricolor beech, which is it's lost probably half of its leaves, to be honest. and normally the two of them together, they look quite good with the yellow and red contrast. Normally the Asakazuki is in like full red color by this point. The leaves are still mainly on the beech too, and just fully yellow. So we're losing a little bit of that cool color and things like that at this time of the year with this weather. So it's messing with the trees a little bit, but I'll show you what they're looking like at the moment anyway. A lot of cool trees like this, smoke bush. It's looking really cool in its autumn color as well. So things are finally getting there, but it's just very, very late in autumn for this to be happening. The colour is all in the inner growth and all underneath and the undersides of the tree, and then as you work your way further up it's still quite green. Really cool contrast in colour on the tree itself, but the main thing for this tree in autumn colour is to be like completely red and really like a vivid dark red. Hopefully we get to see that in the next week or so. But it's such a beautiful tree that no matter what colour it's in, it's looking really, really good. So I'm going to set up in the shop here, bring some trees in to work on, and yeah, we'll see who's coming through. Actually, I'll give you a little spin around, just around the retail area, just because it's looking nice and full and ready for gifts for people coming through for Mother's Day and things like that. A lot of junipers and maples ready to go, all wide and looking good. Got a couple of natives. We have to move this Japanese maple out. It's lost pretty much all of its leaves now, so we'll put that back into the gallery and maybe bring something else in. But all the displays are looking really good with some good options for people coming through for gifts, or whether they're buying a more advanced bonsai for themselves. This is my hinoki, which is looking really, really good after the work we've done on it in the past season. Tons of new growth on it. Now I just really need it to fill out sort of in here, and then it's really going to be a nice tree. Still got some cool forests and things for sale. Cool pines. So we have a range of stock available in our retail section. Some of our more advanced and developed trees in this little display area. We've got some cool junipers over here again. A couple of clients' trees that have come in for a bit of work that are just on display. Really nice hornbeam. Speaking to Jeff about this the other day, and he believes it to be about 50 years old. So this is a client's tree that we're working on at the moment. We've got the right hand side here looking really nice and compact, plenty of back budding and things like that. It's just this side that we have to work on a little bit more, and this side actually gets shaded out quite a lot more than the right hand side. So I've suggested to the client just to turn it for a little while, or at least turn it regularly, just to allow a little bit more light to really get onto that area of the tree. It's called broom style Chinese elm, which a customer came in and bought not too long ago. Corky bark Chinese elm, just losing all of its leaves now. Got this trident maple that will move out, bring in something with some leaves on it. It's still looking kind of cool, a little bit of colour, but a lot of the leaves are starting to fall, so we'll swap it out for something and get everything else looking pretty good. Alrighty, let's get to bud selecting. So we'll start from the top and just work our way down. Just finding good pairs to come off of. Now's a good time also to go through and check all your wiring, make sure nothing's digging in too much. This shouldn't be digging in too much in most areas, but I am sort of seeing some very minor digging throughout the tree, which is easy to fix.
Good question.
Yeah.
Flower trees. What other species do they use apart from conifer? Like if we do.
You're not going to probably get the same effect out of a deciduous or
Yeah,
maybe an
yeah.
evergreen. You might be able to get like olives do really well.
Olives,
Yeah, with like that cloud pruning, but
What does work? Because we're just around the corner.
yeah.
So conifer would be the right way.
Generally,
Yeah.
something like a juniper, or you probably saw like a lot of the black pines,
Yeah.
red pines up there. They are probably best.
Okay.
They require a little bit of a different technique to really make sure that they're well pruned.
Yeah.
But you get the best results out of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Some deciduous you might find will work, like maybe like a trident maple.
Yeah.
But they sort
Kind
of
ruins the point that it's
really, yeah. In winter they look pretty average. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for your
No worries. Oh, it didn't take so long, but this is pretty much done now. Just opens it up a little bit more. Come summer next year, we have the ramification from last year's decandling, or this year's decandling, I guess, yeah. So then we can just continue to ramify that each year. We'll do the same thing with this little red pine. And again, just selecting back to 2 buds at each time, at each juncture and cut site from the decandling process. How you doing, guys? Good.
How old would that one be?
About 45 years old.
That's crazy. Just asking.
Yeah.
The bigger ones around there, I said, no, they're quite old.
Yeah, a couple of olives in there that would be over 100 years old. Some pines that are around 70, 80 years old and things like that. So yeah, there's a fair bit of age in there.
Pretty cool.
So again, not too much work on this one either. This one needs a really bad repot, which I'm looking forward to in spring. I've got a couple of really nice potential pots for it. Bit of a shallower nan band, darker colour, really show off the colour of the bark and things like that. So I think that one's going to be pretty cool. We're prepping a bunch of junipers at the moment, so I'll just keep working through them today as people come in. That way I can sort of greet them and chat to them and answer any questions they have as they come through. Should be a pretty crazy day, and we should be able to make some pretty cool junipers out of it. So I'll keep going. We'll see what we can make. This one's got really nice movement all the way through it. You can see that. Nice big bends. Perfect stock, and we have tons of these, so need some juniper stock or something that you want to work on as a little project and develop and style out yourself. These ones are perfect for that. They've already got the trunk movement in them, so you don't even have to worry about that. Quick, easy prune on them, get some wire on the branches, and they'll be looking really, really good. And hopefully I'll show you, I guess, start to finish on something like that as well.
You look after them, they're unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you. Good sunlight and good watering. They're the 2 main things. Same as. Yeah, I mean, they will need relatively regular pruning, but I say regular, it's probably only, depending on the species, maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That looks fantastic.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's some cool trees. The main things is just don't keep them indoors. And don't go away.
I think that might.
Yeah. This is pretty well thinned out now. We'll get maybe some trunk wire on there, and then start to just wire everything into place, get a nice shape and canopy to it, and then it might be ready for a bonsai pot. We might be able to get it in one today. I know that I'm very on the edge of frame right now. It's probably not that nice to watch, but hopefully it gives you a good view of the customers and the interactions that we have coming through as well.
What is your glasses?
We have like an intro, like beginners class about once a month, generally on a Sunday, and it's like an all-day class. Pretty much go through a little bit of history of bonsai in the morning, and then you basically pick out a tree exactly like this. You learn how to wire, prune, style, repot, and then you get to take that home at the end of the day as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you bring your own plants.
No, we'll supply a piece of material like this for you, and then you just work on that throughout the day, and then you take that home as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much for the course?
It's $2.95 for the course. Yeah. So I can actually show you the students' tree that they did.
Thank you.
No worries. Have a good one. Hey, mate. Good. Had to park out there, did ya?
Busy enough.
Yeah, it's played out here today.
The weather's good everywhere.
Weather and Mother's Day and all that sort of stuff. World Bonsai Day today as well.
Is it?
Yeah. It's all happening. How you going anyway?
Oh, bad.
Yeah?
Just started this morning, bloody plucking a few needles.
Yep. Yeah, I just went through a couple of my pines this morning and did a bud selection and things like that.
First one I started this morning. So
Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot.
I'll get them done and I'll bring them up with a wire.
Yeah.
I don't mind wire, but it's just the time.
Oh yeah, it's. If I wasn't doing this all day, then if I was just doing it at home, I'd be so behind on everything. Are you just dropping this one off? Or?
Yeah, just drop
yeah, okay, yep.
Oh, yeah, wonder.
Yeah, have a wonder. He might be in by the time. Otherwise, I'll work out what's owed and I'll let you know. Yeah.
I'll ask you a silly question.
Yeah, of course. I love the silly ones.
I got a snack load. So I've been growing like a dawn redwood forest for like maybe 2 years now.
Cool.
They're still I guess they're not super young, but
Yep.
do you guys usually branch select quite early on? So do you guys just keep like, let's say like one of the trees, would you guys just keep like, I don't know, maybe 10 branches or something, get rid of the rest? Because I realise they sprout everywhere.
They do. They're
Yeah.
pretty. Sometimes annoying to work on because they will just bud from anywhere.
Yeah.
I would try and get into at least like as many pairs as you can.
Yeah, gotcha.
With all your branching.
Okay.
And then just let them grow out.
Yeah.
And then the best time, you may know this, but the best time to actually prune them to make sure that they bud from that cut site and not back at that junction is when they just turn red.
Yes.
So if they're still green, you don't want to prune them because they'll just die back and then they'll bud off at that junction. So that's going to help your ramification too and how it grows. So they're a little bit tricky, but I would. And then any buds that you don't want to cut, like in that position, take them off straight away. Which
That's
I
what
know
I was
is annoying because there's
Yeah.
like 10 sometimes at the same point.
Yeah, because I'm quite busy at work, so like,
Yeah.
I see sometimes like a week I always get like water in the morning, but they're like, when I pay attention by the end of the week, I'm like, crap, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking now, because now it's autumn, it's kind of naked, so I'm like, maybe I'll just start selecting the branches and then start
Select them
doing like wiring.
now. Do a bit of wiring on them now too. That one's still.
That one's still.
Yeah, it's still. It's been in the shade a little bit longer, so
Yeah.
it's pretty shady in here for most of like summer and start of autumn. So it's not getting that direct sun on it and dropping the leaves straight away. So
Makes sense.
I would just try and, particularly if it's lost most of its foliage, start that branch selection now. Get some wire on it and just really find that branch line and everything that you want in it,
Gotcha.
and just try and keep working on that.
Gotcha.
How big would this tree be to where you want to get to it now? How long?
That's probably about 7 years. But that's just been left to grow pretty much untouched. So that's its first styling.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just been left to grow in a pot normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey buddy, just for my knowledge, like first time I'm seeing this, do we need to water this regularly if we,
Depending on the weather.
and does it stays indoor or it needs to be out there?
Outdoor primarily. You can display it indoor for maybe like a weekend maximum, but then keep it outside as much as possible. Yeah.
Much care as well, right?
Yeah, I guess in terms of like pruning and stuff, you're probably only going to prune 2 or 3 times a year. You're not going to be constantly sort of doing it every day sort of thing. And then in terms of like your watering, like I said, in the peak of summer, at least once a day. maybe sometimes 2 times a day. Depends how much sunlight it is in. So that's going to dictate how often you need
And
to
how,
water.
how is this created?
Just by a little bit of wire, really. So you can see some of the wire on there that moves things into place and holds that position. Otherwise, they're just a regular tree.
The actual tree, but this looks like a miniature of.
Exactly, yeah. So that tree itself is probably only 7 or 8 years old. Yeah,
This one.
yeah. But with wire, we're able to create a more aged appearance and look to it, which is what we try and do with bonsai.
So this is actually 8 years old.
7 or 8 years old, yeah. But we have trees that are 100 years old in the gallery over there. So
That's
yeah,
okay, but
Yeah.
this doesn't seem,
yeah.
It's really
And
good.
have you
Yeah.
created this?
Myself and a crew of other people that work here. Yeah.
Amazing job.
Yeah, thank you.
Look around.
Yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. So, after a couple of hours, this is probably around the front in here, and ends up looking like a pretty cool tree. Pretty happy with that. Just nursery stock, no wire on it. It's been trunk wired once in its whole life, left to grow. Complete nursery stock turned into a pretty cool looking bonsai pretty quickly. And on to the next one. Yeah. They are, yeah. They sort of vary in price a little bit, but they're all available. Yeah. So there's something that you like, just let me know and I can give you a price for it.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Have you selling bonsai wire as well?
Yeah, we've got wire and tools and stuff. You're welcome to go in and have a look in the shop. It's a little bit messy in there, but you're welcome to go have a look. I think like 35. Yeah, yep. You can pay here. Yeah, yep. Did you need any wire or anything? You can come in and have a look if you like.
Yeah.
They're about $10 a roll.
Okay. I've got the lighter stuff. I don't need heavy stuff.
Yeah, we got some. I think like that's fairly thick. Depends on the branches that you want as well. That's the next gauge down. So that one, beautiful. So 45 all up. Cash or card? Easy. All good. Enjoy, guys.
Cheers, mate.
I'll take you for a little bit of a spin around the nursery too. We're pretty stocked up at the moment. Been doing a lot of clearing and a lot of slip potting, up potting, whatever you want to call it, in terms of junipers and things like that. We got a bunch of shimpakus and smaller hinokis, plenty of junipers, all in really good movement and in good health. So we've got a bunch of these, some black pines that have just been potted up, plenty of junipers, all with crazy movement in them. They're looking really good. More shimpakus. We got a customer coming in looking for some Japanese maples, and they're looking really good in colour. We got some cool options for them when they come in. Some thick trunks on them too, on some of them. So got a lot of Seiju elms, which is sometimes hard to get. Really good for bonsai, such a small leaf compared to just your standard Chinese elm. This is sort of like our seedling bench. We've got Japanese maples, trident maples, Chinese elms, Seiju elms. We've got junipers and things like that in another area as well, but this is sort of our softer seedling area for a lot of our deciduous trees. Some of the Nuaki is looking really good at the moment too. So we do a lot of Nuaki work for customers around Melbourne. So everything's looking really, really good. So I'll show you. This is the spruce that I've been working on. Might be a little bit hard to see in that background, but this is sort of the front in here somewhere. I'm just going through and just wiring all the branches, a lot of wire and a lot of branches here. Really opening it up, trying to get some good layers in it too. We still got a little bit to wire. Pretty much all of the apex still needs to be wired. Most of the lower branches and sub branches have been wired into position, or at least a rough position for now. So I think it's going to be a pretty spectacular tree. I can see it probably being a little bit more condensed and compacted, maybe like here, sort of cut out that whole section, and then even like on the right here, like taking out all of this, just making that a little bit more compact. But that's just going to take a few years, trying to get some back budding and things like that, and some good growth on it. The health of the tree was sort of struggling. It had been left just at the back of a nursery, and basically no one wanted to look after it or clean it out, so it was good to get my hands on it and start the process of turning this into a really nice bonsai. That's going to be one to look out for in the future. I'll give you like a little spin around just to see just how full it is and how cool it's looking. Come back a bit of a distance so you get a bit more. It's quite a big tree when you look at it next to the shimpakus next to it. For a $200 purchase from a nursery, yeah, that's what we want. Everything's looking pretty good. We've got to fill up some of these benches. We've got some smaller stuff over here, some unwired but good movement shimpakus, more hinokis, non-flowering azaleas, more pines, tridents, ground-grown junipers, which have all just been cut back, and they've all got some pretty cool thick trunks on them. Other Blue Alps junipers, which are looking pretty cool at the moment, nice and healthy, good trunks. Some cryptomeria, a couple of redwoods. Got some of these Yamadori junipers that will eventually be for sale. They were dug at the start of spring last year, so we're just letting them settle in for a year or so, just to make sure they're healthy before we sell them. We've got some hinokis that we dug at the same time too, which are also going really well. Anybody that's been here probably has seen them in our back cage and wanted to buy them, but unfortunately they're not for sale just yet. Just want to make sure that they're actually alive and doing well, which they are. They've put on a ton of growth since we dug them, so can't complain about that.
Is that a mirror bush?
It is, yeah.
How do you get the leaves? You just pluck them the same as you do the figs?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, they handle defoliation really well, so you can pretty much take all the leaves off and it'll shoot again. They're unstoppable in terms of growing, as I'm sure you know.
Absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, there's another big one, big sumo one out on that back wall there as well. That's worth checking out too. That's really cool.
Looking at your akadama though,
Yeah.
hard to get hold of.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my mate Rory, I'm actually president of the Bonsai Club, but my mate...
Oh yeah, which club?
Sale.
I think we had someone
It'd be Rory.
from Sale come in. No, I think it was a member came in.
Gail.
Because is Rory like a younger guy?
He's younger than me, but then so is everybody else in the world.
Wrong phrasing.
Rory's a shorty.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure we had a member come in here maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she had a look around. Yeah.
That might be Gail. It sounds very Gail.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pretty sure if it wasn't her that I'm thinking of, we've definitely had someone from Sale come through before. Yeah.
We buy the pre-mixed stuff from Tien
Oh, right. Yep.
most times.
Yep.
And then sieve out the fines.
Yep.
Would you believe kitty litter in with it?
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. Yep.
The Woolies one?
Yep. I have heard that you have to be very particular about the brand that you use.
Yes, you do. Just the size. I use.
Yeah.
It's a Woolies one, but Woolies don't make it anymore. So
Yeah.
it's you can buy it in Woolies.
Yep.
Now you've got a card.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'll give you both mine and Jeff's.
Yeah, good.
So Jeff.
Do I pay for that here?
Yeah, you can, yeah. So Jeff's the owner, but that's also my card there. On the back and stuff is YouTube and stuff as well. Cool, so just those two rolls of wire then?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Cash?
Cash, I can get cash. If you
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
There you go. No worries at all, mate.
Good, I've been missing that for a while.
Yeah, it's something that like you can't, there's no point like ordering online or anything, because just for a roll, you've either got to order it all or...
Shifted house.
Oh yeah?
I've lost a few trees.
Oh wow, yeah,
The
yeah.
possum's eaten a few other ones.
Yeah.
They are unbelievable.
They are.
They just don't get the plan. They take right down and take the from the bud.
Yeah, we had in spring, quite a few of our maples just get destroyed by them. They're still fine, but they just weren't growing. They weren't getting that elongation on them. So yeah, would have been nice if it was just once a year. Then we don't have to prune it. But when it's constant, it becomes a pain.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What was your name?
Ted,
Ted. I'm Shawn.
pleased to meet you, Shawn.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks
so we'll
for
be in touch again, I no doubt now.
Yeah, cool.
That we might take a journey up into here.
Yeah,
because
awesome.
We often take a day trip out of Sale
Yep.
and we go down to Tien because it's a bit closer. But
Yeah.
a couple
Yep.
of us could come up and because it's you and is there another one up here or there was? No, you're
No, us, but we were in Sassafras.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's nothing there now. So we moved here about just over a year ago. So yeah, beautiful spot. Well, thanks for making the trip out anyway.
No, good. We come down looking for roses.
Okay, yeah, and you end up finding bonsai. Yeah. How's the club doing in Sale anyway? You got a few members?
It's a great club.
Yep.
It's about 15 members, I suppose.
Yeah, okay, awesome.
And it's just fun to be there. Me and Rory bounce off each other all the time.
Yep.
He gives me a hard time, but he gets it back.
Yeah. You need that balance.
So, and the clubs, and we just get in and look at each other's trees, do each other's trees,
Awesome.
and it's just a fabulous club.
Yeah, nice little community. Yeah, awesome.
No angst
Yep.
and no pretenders.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sometimes it helps being a little bit smaller as well in that instance.
It's just really nice place to be.
Yeah, awesome.
So and if somebody's crook will or they go away, somebody is always there to look after you.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
It's really good. It's a community.
Yep. Yeah, nice.
Yep, it's good.
Cool.
So I've got wire.
You got your wire?
Pinch there, wire.
Yeah. So another one finished up that it was just straight from nursery stock into a nice bonsai shape and design. Could easily go straight into a pot and look good on your shelves at home. We have tons of these that we're working through now, so if you're after some, early development junipers, this is the perfect stock for you.
Mikey's not in today?
He's not, no, not tomorrow.
I work.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, he'll be in tomorrow. Yeah, I just missed him by a day.
I haven't been up for years, so.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty nice spot. You picked a good day for it too.
Yeah, great. They look amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Well, hey.
That doesn't sound good.
How's that serenity?
How much work is it to get one started and keep it going?
Not too much really. They just need good sunlight and good watering. If you take all of the pruning and repotting out of it, that's the two main things that they need to live. So outside and then good sunlight. If you can't get full day sort of sun, then maybe like half day sun, afternoon shade, something like that works well. And then pruning, you're probably only going to be pruning, depending on the species, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So we really want to we want to let it grow out of shape almost and then bring it back in. So to allow that to happen, you probably only 2 or 3 times, at least on a juniper like this. Deciduous and maples and things like that, you're going to be maybe pruning a little bit more, but it's also a lot easier. And then in terms of watering as well, that's going to be your next main thing, and that's depends on the weather. So coming into winter now, we're probably only, even at this stage, particularly with stuff in the shade, we might only be watering once every 2 days. Yeah, and then in winter, being outside, you're going to get that natural rain, hopefully, although not with the weather these days. But we should hopefully be getting that natural rain, so we don't really need to worry. Maybe once a week if we have a dry week, just to make sure that it's all good. And then coming into spring, back to sort of once a day. Yeah. Yeah, no worries.
They're really beautiful.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
Are you the main person that does it all?
So Jeff up there is the owner, but there's a small crew of us that help maintain them.
You have to be patient.
Yeah, not so much with a collection like this. Where generally the trees are waiting for us to sort of do the work on them. So it's sometimes doing some work, you might be wiring a tree for a whole week, and that requires a bit of patience, but otherwise it's pretty fast paced.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll seriously consider getting one.
You should.
Thanks for the
Yeah, no worries. I can give you a card if you like. We do classes and stuff here too, so if you do happen to purchase one and you want to sort of learn how to do all the stuff that you need to, we do classes here too, which is really good. Yep. Yeah, so that's a conifer.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, that one's nice too. So they're the same species, just slightly different variety. So this is called a Shimpaku juniper.
Yep.
So it has that softer sort of scale foliage,
Yep.
whereas this is a procumbens juniper, a little bit spikier. Basically, you can treat them the same.
Gorgeous too.
Yeah.
Would you recommend something like that for a beginner?
I would, yeah. All of our students come through and we work on all the junipers like this.
Is they tougher?
Yeah, they just get a more instant look to them as well. Whereas if you're working with a deciduous or something like that, it takes a little bit longer to get that nice shape to it. Whereas a juniper or a conifer like that, you get that sort of instant shape to it.
Yeah. And that's same?
That's the same, yep. Yep.
Is that an older? Is it about the same age?
About the same age, yeah. Yep.
How long would it take to get to that?
They're about probably 5 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you'd have to try hard to kill that, or
I mean, you still have to
take care?
for sure. But again, you're probably going into a relatively easy time to look after them going into winter, so they will go into dormancy.
Yep.
So they're not uptaking as much water to grow. The watering and the sunlight isn't so important. It is, yeah. It's a miniature leaf and flower camellia. Yeah, so relatively easy to look after. As long as they get good sunlight, that's what they really primarily need. But then you just need to upkeep the water with that. So in summer, if it's in full sun for the full day, you might be watering twice a day. If you can't water twice a day, then you just put it into the shade for the hot stretch of weather. And yeah, otherwise they're relatively simple, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Do you mind if I take this one?
Go for it, yeah. Yep.
I'll try to do my best.
Look, any issues, I'll give you our cards and stuff too. You're welcome to either bring it back in if you're close to here. Otherwise, yeah, okay. Otherwise, you can send an email, maybe with some photos or something you're not sure about.
You're a good man. Thanks very much.
No worries. So I'll give you both our cards. So that's Jeff, the owner, who's up there.
Cool.
That's my card there as well. You also have all your socials on the back.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube, there's plenty of chips and stuff on there for caring for them.
Nice to meet you, Shawn.
Yeah, you too. What was your name?
Adam.
Adam. Good to meet you, mate. What was your name?
Lee.
Lee, nice to meet you. Cash or card? Card?
Oh, God.
Cool.
Thank you.
There you go, mate.
Great.
Like I said, any dramas, give us a bell or an email, bring it back in. If it gets to a point, if you end up don't doing a class, which all the information stuff is on the website, if you end up don't doing a class and it gets to a point where it sort of grows out of shape, which is probably like maybe summer next year, and you're not quite sure what to do, we do a lot of service work as well. So if it needs a prune, it needs a bit of a rewire, things like that, you're welcome to bring it in. It will take like a week to do it, then you can pick it back up and it'll be all done for you. Yeah, no worries.
I'm asking a lot.
There you go, no worries at all.
I'll get away. I'll
Leave, yep. No, all good, guys.
Thanks, Shawn.
Have a lovely weekend. Hey, dude, Alex?
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice to meet you. I'm good. You made the trip out? Awesome. Maples, right? Oh, this is Jeff as well. Jeff, Alex.
Oh, yeah. Okay, nice to meet you.
I was just going to ask, do you
Yeah.
have any like leaflets or anything for your classes?
Yeah, I can give you a card. And that's got all of our information on the website there. Dates and all the details on all the different classes and stuff as well. Yeah. Awesome. Have a good one, guys.